Hello, everybody. Welcome to more Build to Clash of the Figures. And today, we are going to hear from the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Sting, because Sting has not been heard from since he won the title back. So we're going to hear from him today. We're going to hear from the Team Madness. We're also going to hear from President Flair, where Bill Goldberg is going to give up the United States Heavyweight Championship. We're going to hear from Lex Luger. And we're going to hear from the Raw World Heavyweight Champion, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. But first off, let's introduce everybody to the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the man called Sting. So Sting, we haven't heard from you since you've won the NWA World Heavyweight title back. We haven't heard from you since you won the NWA World Heavyweight title back, so what do you got to say? Woo! Well, Mean Gene, all I got to say is this. The Stinger's back where he belongs, back on top as the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. The last time I lost this belt, I got robbed out of it, but I'm telling you this right now. Once I beat Flair to get the title back, I was a very happy Sting, and the rest of the Stingers were pretty happy too. Wait a minute, what's going on over something? There's a commotion over here off screen. What's going on here? Wait a minute. What's going on? What is this? Ravishing Rick Rude just attacked the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. What is Rude doing? Oh, God, just freaking strap. Rude takes the belt off of Sting. He's beating the crap out of him. Oh my God, he just DDT'd him on the concrete. What's he doing now? Pile driver on the concrete. What the hell is going on here? Now he picks up the title, puts it on his... Rick Rude, what are you doing? Me, Gene, everybody knows this NWA World Heavyweight Championship belongs to the Ravishing One. So Sting, consider that an official challenge. And he takes a belt and just throws it on Sting. What a piece of trash. What a disgusting display by Ravishing Rick Rude. Coming out of nowhere and attacking the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And Sting now, it's getting some medical attention. They got the belt. Oh my God, what chaos to start out. This Build to Clash of the Figures, unbelievable. What a low-life piece of trash that Ravishing Rick Rude is. I don't even know how I could compose myself. But alright, we must move on. Next up, we are going to hear from the WCW World Tag Team Champions, Sid Vicious and the Macho Man Randy Savage, aka Team Madness. So Macho Man, we heard what the Outsiders said about you guys last week. What do you got to say in response to what the Outsiders had to say? Let me tell you something now, Mean Gene. The Macho Men and Big Sid Vicious heard what the Outsiders had to say. Oh yeah, we did. And Big Sissy Kevin Nash, you still want to run your mouth? Let me tell you something now. We already beat Kevin Nash to win these tag titles. Yeah, I might have had a little assist from Luger, but let me tell you this right now. Nash, Big Sissy, you and your girlfriend are gonna get annihilated by Team Madness. Ooh, yeah. It doesn't matter if Hall's your partner or not. Sid, what you got to say? Well, me, Gene, we are the masters and rulers of the tag team world. And as far as the outsiders go, I think Macho Man said that all there needed to be said. And let me say this right now. Hall, Nash, if you think you got what it takes to beat Team Madness, you better think again. Because once we beat the living hell out of you two chumps, we're walking out the same way we walked in, as the WCW World Tag Team Champions. Because like I said, we are the masters and rulers of the tag team division. Ooh, yeah. So very fired up WCW World Tag Team Champions. I'm sorry, I'm still flustered by the fact that cowardly attack by Ravishing Rick Rude. Unbelievable. So now we got President Flair coming up next. So President Flair, you're out here for one reason only, and that is because Bill Goldberg is going to relinquish the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship because he is now WCW World Champion. Well, mean by God, Gene, woo! You're absolutely right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to ask Bill Goldberg to come out here with the U.S. Heavyweight Championship belt. And then I will explain what we're going to do with the title after Goldberg gives it to me. Alright, well, here we go. Current WCW World Heavyweight Champion and WCW United States Heavyweight Champion, Bill Goldberg. So Goldberg, you're out here. You're going to relinquish the U.S. Heavyweight Championship because you now hold that big gold belt right around your waist. So go ahead when you're ready. Well, that's right, Mean Gene. I had a good run as U.S. champion, but you know what? My whole goal, my whole mission was to once again become WCW World Heavyweight Champion. And now I have the belt. I beat Bret Hart at Halloween Figure Havoc. So, Flair, here's the U.S. Heavyweight Championship. Yeah. Here you go. So, Flair. So, what are we going to be doing with the U.S. Heavyweight Championship? Well, it's quite simple, Mean Gene. Starting the night after Clash of the Figures, we are going to start a tournament that will culminate at Wrestle Figure Mania, where some of the top contenders for this U.S. Heavyweight Championship will compete in that tournament. And the winner, the last two men, will compete at Wrestle Figure Mania for the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship. So, woo! So, Goldberg. Also, we gotta announce here that there is going to be a battle royal going on at Clash of the Figures. And the winner of that battle royal will face you at Wrestle Figure Mania for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. What you got to say about that? Well, the only thing I got to say about that, Mean Gene, is whoever wins that battle royal, guess what? Your ass is next. There we go. Very fired up. WCW World Heavyweight Champion. Now, we are getting ready to hear from the current WWF Heavyweight Champion, the All-American Lex Luger. So Lex Luger, A few weeks ago, last week, Diesel had something to say about you. What do you got to say about he says he's walking out with that World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. So what do you got to say, total All-American Lex Luger? Well, Mean Gene, let me tell you something right now. Diesel, you think you're gonna take this WWF Heavyweight Championship away from me? That's where you're dead wrong. Because at Clash of the Figures, the All-American Lex Luger is gonna show you why I am the top guy. And Diesel, know this. You see this belt on my waist? If you're watching this right now, this is the closest you're gonna get to this WWF Heavyweight Championship. Now I'm going to go work out. Alright. Well, we got one more person to hear from, and that is the current Raw World Heavyweight Champion, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. So Big Papa Pump, you take on 2004-2003 Bill Goldberg. What do you got to say about that? Your Raw World Heavyweight title will be on the line as well. What do you got to say about that? You guys will be main eventing this show as well. Well, Mean Gene, like I've said before, time and time again, you know, I heard what Goldberg had to say last week, but you know what? Goldberg, when you face me at Clash of the Figures, it's gonna be the same result it has always been between me and you, where I pick up the victory. Because let me tell you this right now, I'm the man with the largest arms in the world. I'm also the man who's kicked Goldberg's ass time and time and time again. When we were in WCW fighting for the WCW World Heavyweight title, I kicked his ass. Now we're in the WWE, and he wants to take my Raw World Heavyweight Championship. Well, let me tell you this right now, Goldberg, you are not walking out with this Raw World Heavyweight Championship. And that's all I got to say about that, because Big Papa Pump is your hookup. Holla if you hear me. Well, there we go. That does it for this show. Tune in. Next week we will have more build. We will give you an update on the Sting and Rick Rude situation that happened here earlier tonight. And we will hear from Diesel. The person who wins the Figure Royal Rumble, and a couple other guys next week. But until next week, catch you guys later, and peace out.